Veterans Voices on KX News.
Honoring those who've served to make our day-to-day lives possible. For the next few weeks, we will be bringing you the stories of veterans in our area. Tonight, we introduce you to one heroic local who says with a family of military servers, it was just the right thing to do.
I graduated from ROTC, Youngstown State University, as a second lieutenant when I was commissioned in 1979. I retired on April Fool's Day, 2006. I went to work in public affairs for the North Dakota National Guard, where I worked for 17 years, culminating as the director for the last 2 years. I retired in June 2023.
And the list goes on. Serving our nation for more than 40 years, meet Bill Prokopic, or should we say Pro.
That started when I was a kid, and it followed me in the Army, Lieutenant Pro, Captain Pro. Now as I'm, Colonel Pro, and now that I'm retired and coaching football, it's Coach Pro. In fact, some of my friends call Laura L Pro. There's a Guard license plate over there. The nickname says Pro, and I also had the first personalized plate in North Dakota, the Veterans plate. PRO, so I had 2 different Pro plates.
What sounds heroic, outstanding, and without a doubt applaudable to the average person, Pro says is just his duty.
I believe every citizen has a debt to do something to protect their country, which in turn protects their family and society.
As for his right-hand woman, or his partner in crime, that is his wife, Laura Pro, aka L Pro. Not only did Pro serve, in a big way, L Pro did too, as an Army wife and a Navy mom.
It's just the right way to live, I think. I'm eligible to be in the DAR, so my family has a history of serving. I have 2 uncles who served. One was a Thunderbird. Another one was in Paris in World War II. So each generation has had people serving.
During our visit, Pro began to reminisce on the times he had out of country.
As a director of engineering and housing, one time in the morning, early morning, and I'm not really a morning person, which is kind of strange because I spent 26 some years in the Army. When I got to the meeting across town, there was this big huff. People were like really active and talking, and I was like, what is going on? And they said, there's an active sniper over in your area shooting at people. And I found out later he was shooting at me in the morning because there was bullet holes in the brick wall where I parked my vehicle, and I had no idea, probably because it was morning. But I don't know if that was a scared moment.
Well, maybe you were scared later a little bit, I don't know.
As Pro had many proud moments, one of his favorites.
My father taught me how to speak Ukrainian, being a Ukrainian immigrant, serving as slave labor during World War II. In the mid-90s, I was asked to be an interpreter for Ukrainian general officers coming to Fort Bragg. And it was for the 18th Airborne Corps Commander, at the time, Lieutenant General Hugh Sheldon, who eventually became the chairman of the Joint Chief. And it was a very proud moment that he trusted me to provide good translation of those general officers, those Ukrainian general officers who were formerly Soviet Union type division commanders.
We don't know them all, but we owe them all. For KX News, I'm Adrienne Oglesby. Pro said it was his honor and privilege to serve with the North Dakota National Guard in the later half of his military career, which spanned for more than 4 decades. Now off duty, he is known as Coach Pro for local youth football games and has begun cooking for some fun.